to start here with the New England Patriots. And before you say, Jay, you're a homer, you're picking on the Patriots, stop it. You love the Jets. No. Guys, there's some embarrassing stuff going on in New England. And listen, you never want to pick on a rookie coach, right? Jerod Mayo seems like a nice guy. You know, was a great college football linebacker drafted by the Patriots. Spends his entire career with the Patriots. Retires, takes like 4 years off where there's a little gap where I don't know what he's doing, maybe enjoying life with his family. And then he starts coaching with Belichick at the end, coached for 4 years, and now he's the big guy, big boss. And Jerod Mayo is basically turning into a train wreck at the microphone. Folks, he's had the worst week of any head coach in the NFL. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So this morning he announced Jacoby Brissett's going to be our starting quarterback. And everybody kind of looks at him like, okay. And then he didn't want to talk to the media about it. Okay? I'm going to go through the last 4 days of Jerod Mayo, and this honestly is some clownish stuff. It's amateur hour. It makes you long for Bill Belichick getting on the microphone and saying, no, I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, we're on to Cincinnati. And like giving nothing. That was funny. Jerod Mayo talks, and you're just shaking your head like, what are you even talking about, dude? What's going on? So this is Jerod Mayo, Patriots head coach, on Sunday on his quarterback battle between Jacoby Brissett and the young kid out of North Carolina, Drake Maye.
I would like to sit here and say 100% he's our second best quarterback on our roster right now. Next question. I'm not sure.
So Drake Maye on Sunday was the second best quarterback on the roster. So you're like, oh, okay, so Drake Maye's not starting. Even though Brissett got hurt in the final preseason game, and Maye looked pretty good. The fans are getting behind Maye. Everything's looking rosy. So, again, that was Sunday. So here is Mayo the following day to the media in New England.
It's a true competition, and I would say at this current point, you know, Drake has outplayed Jacoby. Now I'm saying that we have to take in the full body of work, you know, going all the way back to the spring and the beginning of training camp, and we'll see where we end up.
Come again? So the day before you said Drake Maye is the second best quarterback on the roster, then you come out and say, well, Drake Maye has outplayed Jacoby Brissett. What are we doing here? And then Mayo really steps in where he's like, well, if you go back to the spring, Drake Maye was drafted in the spring. What, you expect him to instantly be better than the journeyman backup quarterback you got, the career basically backup in Jacoby Brissett? He's been a spot starter and been okay. Mayo's not making sense. The rookie has outplayed the veteran, but the rookie's still the second best quarterback on the roster. Why should spring matter? What have you done for me lately? That's what matters. And lately, Drake Maye's been the guy. So then it gets a little worse. After that, on Monday, essentially, Jerod Mayo was pulling like a high school thing where he's like, hey, or no, elementary school thing. Hey, I know who has a crush on you, but I'm not going to tell you. Mayo essentially announces to the media, I know who our starter's going to be. I'm just not telling you yet. I haven't told the team. It's like, why are you announcing that you have a secret? What? Belichick must just be face-palming all over the place. Like, what? They got this guy following me? So here's Mayo. He just announced a few hours ago who his starter's going to be, and it's Jacoby Brissett.
I feel like we're all on the same page from an organizational perspective. There are a lot of factors that led to this choice. I think, you know, the hard part is thinking in the short term and the long term at the same time. As an organization, though, we feel like Jacoby gives us our best chance to win right now. I don't want to get into hypotheticals. You know, we can't go into the season saying, well, he's going to go X amount of weeks. Like, look, as long as Jacoby's going out there performing the way that we all have confidence in him doing, he'll be our quarterback this season.
Yeah, you mean the guy who was just outplayed by the rookie in camp and in the preseason? That guy? You have a lot of confidence in that? So I'm trying to find a historical perspective of following a legendary coach. And the best one I could come up with is my people in D.C. will remember this. Joe Gibbs was a legend in Washington. At the time, they were the Redskins. He was winning, just stacking Super Bowls. Legendary guys like Art Monk. Somebody may remember John Riggins, Gary Clark. I grew up in the D.C. area in the 80s. And obviously, I was born in New York, so I came down to D.C., and I'm like a young little punk, of course. Shocker, Jason's a punk. And I'm like, I don't want to root for this Washington team. Screw them. I'm a Jets guy. And, of course, the Jets were bottom feeders, and Washington was dominant. And, like, you would cross the street to go to school, and the crossing guards would, like, hand out Washington, at the time, Redskins, cards. And you would like, oh, Darryl Green, oh my gosh, amazing. And I'd be like, I don't want those Cards. I don't want Washington. Meanwhile, they're dominant and winning. And then Gibbs leaves. Well, who does he leave the team to? Gibbs and the owner agree, hey, let's give it to the guy who's been by my side, one of my lieutenants, Richie Pettibon. Now, Washington fans will remember him. He took over. They went 4-12, and they dusted him. This is shaping up as a one-and-done for Jerod Mayo. Mayo, again, great Patriots player, a loyal lieutenant for a few years with Belichick. He inherits the job. Kraft is giving his full support, and then Mayo, guys, undeniably, he's been a train wreck. And NFL teams are getting increasingly okay with, I'm moving off my guy after a year. We saw Urban Meyer gone in Jacksonville. We've seen the Carolina Panthers run through coaches pretty damn quickly. Teams are not messing around. I am predicting, and this is not the hot take happy hour to start the show, I think Jerod Mayo, one and done. They have the lowest win total in the league per Vegas, and if this team goes 4-12, May don't take off, I think it's over for Jerod Mayo in New England.